I want to welcome you back to Black Side Tonight. We're going to talk about this sister who had a relationship with this white zaddy, and she found out that she wasn't nothing but another piece of slave quarter meat. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. And if you would like to make a donation, go to Black Side 7 Cash App or go to the PayPal in the description box. This young sister, who's probably part of the Divest movement, who's probably listened to Cynthia G and Kristen Karazan, found out a true but hard lesson. That white zaddy does not see you nothing but a piece of sexual meat. I want you to listen to this video from this young sister, and it seems like she had to learn the hard way.
It's like so fucking horrible to me, and he just treated me like a stupid black bitch. And it was like so painful for me, and everybody was like, well, you're the fucking dumbass because you stayed, and you're just a stupid black bitch because you let him treat you like one. And like, I know that the situation was my fault because I should have just left, but like, it really fucking hurt because like, I had sex with him and he basically just like used me for sex. He was like white guy in a frat. And so basically I ended up seeing him at Target when I was there with my old best friend like at the time, and he wouldn't look me in the eyes, he wouldn't say anything. It was like he was ashamed of me and just like embarrassed, which is like how most people get about me, and it was like so fucking painful. And so I stood up for myself and said what I needed to say to him, and he ran away from me when I was speaking to him. And my friend was like, that's humiliating, like she was like, you just embarrass yourself, and like that's pathetic for you as a black woman to do something that stupid.
This young lady failed to understand that this white man had no good intentions, as most white men don't. You are being sold a bill of goods by Kristen Karazan, Cynthia G, and the Divest movement. Most white men, when they marry outside the race, they marry Asian women, Indian women. But on the last of the list is black women. They use you for sex, for slave quarter sex, to get all their nasty fetishes out of their mind and project it on you. This is the truth, and we know it to be true. It's not tons of white men out here trying to marry black women. They're out here trying to sell you lessons in a book, trying to sell you shit on YouTube, how to get a white man. But if a white man truly thought of you as a prize, he would be marrying you by the millions, and that's not happening. Look at some of the Asian women who are married to billionaires, Mark Zuckerberg. We have the Pagulas here in New York, the Buffalo Bills. They see you as a piece of meat. And I'm sad to say this, but this is true. Now this young lady is crying because she's been listening to this shit on YouTube that doesn't make any sense. She'll come back. She'll come back to the black community. She'll get a black man, possibly a decent brother, and live a good life. But she had to learn the hard way. And this video right here should be shown to those Divest sisters, because even them, at a period of time, that white man leaves them. And even those sisters who happen to marry white men, who have some money, they end up in the end taking that Skrilla. Somebody like Serena Williams better be extremely careful. Because see, that white man will be with you for 10 years. Then he'll swoop in and get half of your shit. Serena Williams is much more richer than the husband that she's with. But this lesson had to be learned. He wouldn't even acknowledge her. Let me tell you something. If a man refuses to take you home to see his parents, then he's not into you. You slept with some boy in a frat, probably Kappa Sigma, one of those racist ass white frats. And you had to learn the hard way, right in front of your friend. Many of you sisters know this. Many of you have dealt with these white men. And you have seen how they have treated you when they wanted to get away from you. Because let me tell you something. When they go home and they see daddy, mommy, and if they happen to have some type of money, them parents gonna say, we don't want this in this family. And I'm gonna give you a true example of how this all works. You remember J-Lo and Ben Affleck was to get married? And the day before the marriage, they canceled. You know why that happened? And he ended up marrying Jennifer Garner. His parents said, let me tell you something, Ben. You don't work hard to establish yourself. You worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Don't you bring none of that dark blood into this family. So he went and married Jennifer Garner and had children that he felt was acceptable to his family and that will carry on his white legacy, even though he's a so-called woke liberal. Now, 20 years later, he's dealing with J-Lo because he wants that good sex. And that's all they see you as, is good sex. I know many of you women out there gonna say, well, it's a good white man. But how many of them are out there marrying black women? White Zaddy will take advantage of any situation. See, this is what these divest women fail to understand, that white man ain't too far away from the black man. If he could get something for free, take advantage of the situation and not have to marry you, because his damn parents don't want that shit to happen. And if they don't want that to happen, 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna happen. So you could talk all this fantasy talk that somehow you gonna be with that white man. Somehow you gonna be the next Kerry Washington with the white president. That ain't gonna happen. And some of you looking at Kamala Harris and thinking that the divest movement is on the move. But I'm telling you, that's mostly for rich, successful black women. They ain't coming down to the hood and getting you. They ain't coming down getting the middle class black women. They'll get the black women with money. And once they done with them, they'll take them to court just like women do rich men and take half of their shit. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site This Quick Take. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.